brought back you laughing.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready, 42, 60 outlaw. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got one.
Now Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. 15 Lonnie. Man out.
Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. 22. 65.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Right back to Coleman here on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Coleman. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
What you got, huh?
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Pick it up, D.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. He's at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22.
Ball carrier, one Thornhill on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. Zebra. Hey, what's that?
Cousins now.
Here I come. Here I come.
And Diggs has it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Mike 22, Mike 22.
Jackson now. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun, Jackson. The Vikings Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Xavier Rhodes sprints in on the corner blitz for the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
This is Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Long day. That's going to be a long day.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Exit. Mike, 55. Mike, 55.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. For the younger fans watching this, you might think Vikings, Chiefs, and not see a lot of history in this game. But this is part of the NFL 100 series because these two teams met way back in Super Bowl IV with the Chiefs winning their first and only Super Bowl title. The Vikings, of course, still yet to win a title, even though they made it 4 times to the final game back in that time period. They were in Super Bowl 4, 8, 9, and 11, but went 0 for 4 in those affairs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big pickup of 38. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's it, baby.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson is going to find Hill here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Watkins alone on the left side.
Mike 54. Watch the pass. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Check 4, check 4.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo. Usually moving it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he cuts it right and into space. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Coleman. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
What we got?
On second down, it's Coleman, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Ready? 22. 22. 3 buzz. 3 buzz.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Oh, that one got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influence?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Agba able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins, now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
47-yard line.
Mike 22. He can't hang. He's not. Mike 22, he's coming. 26.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety, Harrison Smith. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
At the 7-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check 13. Check 13. 14. Yellow. Gun.
Moving. He's moving, boys. He's moving.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Following the interception, Cousins. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Bailey's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
We got to seal. Ring up 48.
From the 29, Cousins. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
Come on, baby, let's go.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Tackles.
Line out.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's Madison running on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long.
Mike 9.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Hey, alert 3. He's checking.
Third and long for Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
Strong right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Check safety.
Running for the shotgun with Madison. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. It's Hill, complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, we got to steal. We got to steal. It's our time. It's our time. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Wide. Under 10. 10.
To throw, Cousins. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Mike 9.
Here's Madison. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Chiefs' 43-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 9. Mike 9. Oh, you got deep?
Hey, Delta.
Cousins to throw it.
Mike over there. Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set, ready. Pittsburgh. Crunch time, defense.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Oh, yeah!
He was brought down by Mackenzie Alexander. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Cut. Right.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch the lane.
30, 36.
From midfield now, here's Jackson being chased. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever.
Twist.
Jackson operating from the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Everson Griffin in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. touchdown. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. 76 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I'm going to hit you.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go. 22. Henry, 2. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Coleman now.
Run, run, run.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, yeah.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Here we go. 42. 70 ending. Check. 42's the mic. I'm on.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
I know he ain't got it. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Motion. Hey, Mike.
On 1st down, Coleman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Go.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Check 30.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. This is caught by Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Show an 8. Show an 8.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Gary and Conlon. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Anthony Hitchens, 2nd in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Going to run with Madison again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
44's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. He's coming. Double up.
48.
He's coming. Double up.
Watch the safety creep. General West.
Peek edge. Peek edge. Peek edge. Safe. Safe. Safe.
Gun.
In motion. I got one.
Wait, hot.
Going on the ground with Madison. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Deuce, 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 deuce. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Shift.
They'll run it with Madison. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Pop.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Vikings, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.